Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut, Real Estate Jerky Daily. Usually Mike Kelly's here, but he is in Washington, D.C. And no, it wasn't for the UFC 250 last night. I'm sure he probably had no idea it was going on. I thought it was going on July 4th, but they then realized they would moved it to last night for President Trump's birthday. And happy 80th birthday, President Trump. All right, let's get on with the news. I mean, we had a lot of stuff going on over the weekend. Friday, we had the USA winning their match of the World Cup so far, and they didn't just win it; they won it by 3 extra points. It was 4-1, which was good to see for USA. The other thing, we had the Knicks win the series that they were doing. I don't have no idea. I don't follow basketball, so sorry. I just do not. And then last night we had the 250 at the White House, which was. For me, I'm not getting political. I think it was a really unique event, once in a lifetime thing, and people should have went to it. And people should not have gotten political about it. Just go enjoy it. It hadn't happened since Teddy Roosevelt had fights at the. It was the first time they had fights at the White House was Teddy Roosevelt. So it's just not Trump. It's been done before. And let's get on with the other news. And then supposedly Iran and United States have an agreement, and it's going to get signed on Friday. And where's it going to get signed at? I forget where it's over there, wherever they're at this week for the G7 thing. I'm sure Switzerland, that's where it is. I knew it'd come to me. And yes, I'm wearing a sweatshirt because I'm still cold from my cold plunge. That's right. All right, so where are we at right now? We got so the market's really liking this. We have Dow's up 720 points. No, that's Nasdaq's up 720 points. Dow. So is where? Come on, it'll come to me in a second. Oh, we'll get to it when it comes. The bond market is better about, I should say rates are better about 16 basis points. And the 10-year is down a little bit, but not down a lot. I thought it'd be down a lot more after this news, but it's only down 2 basis points, 4.46. And I think the reason that we're not seeing the rally that we should have seen, because oil is down about $80 a barrel, right around there. So 80.80 is WTI, and Brent is about 83.77. That was 67, so we're not that far away from where we were. However, we have inflation that's in the fact, and we're going to have to deal with that. And yes, a lot of it came from oil, and a lot of it came from gas, because that's how that all works. However, it's going to take time. So let's just get through some of the news. All right, so we have I already talked about that. Today we have industrial production capacity utilization, and we also had the National Association of Housing Building Index come out today. I'm trying to wait there it was, and I just missed it again. All right, well, we'll get with it. So the Sunday night thing was amazing, toll-free, reopening. So some of the ships are already going through. The U.S. and Iran said they reached an interim agreement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and set the stage for 60 days of negotiation. Officials are due to sign the accordance in Switzerland, like I said. Oil is falling, but not as far as where it was. I think everybody's going to wait to see the signing of it on Friday. And then how much do we have to do to make sure Iran does what they say they're going to do? They keep saying, we're not going to do it. We've always done what we said we're going to do. Okay, I could probably be wrong on that statement. Always is an absolute. I'm sure we've not done some things that we said we were going to do. But let's get to the housing building. National Association of Housing Building Confidence came out, and it dropped. Builder confidence fell 2 points at 35, down from 37, and under the 36 consensus. What that really means is unless it's above 50, they don't want to build anything, and it's really difficult. So they build enough to keep going, and that's where we're at. Current sales conditions are down 2 also to 38. Sales expectation and that's like how sales are going to be over the next 6 months. Again, they want that above 50. Buyer traffic flat at a week 25. That's not good for builders. And again, it's going to be by region. Some regions are going to be doing better, and other regions are not. Because when I get into the inventory in a second, you'll see that it's up, but each area it just depends on where you're at, where that is. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to that, because And I apologize if I'm all over the place this morning. Inventory's up 10,726. That's 816,924. Median list price is still the same, has not changed, 450,000. Median days on the market is still 56. Price reduction is up a little bit more. We're at 37.93, so that means more than a third of all homes on the market will have a price reduction to sell that. And I think, again, that has to do with area. It's not just the same everywhere. Look, that's why they say real estate is location, location, location. I know it's the same thing, but that's just what they say. Then Empire State Manufacturing came in and it slipped to 5.7 for June, down almost 14 points from May, and well below the 13.9 consensus. This is regional factory activity is cooling, and that's what this data is showing. We have Fed doing their first meeting on Wednesday this week, and the question is going to be what's going to happen with that. Are they just going to push off and hold the course right now and not do anything? We believe that he'll stay on, put on rates. We don't think he's going to do anything. We're going to wait on the U.S. agreement. That's what I would do. And then the news this week, we have Tuesday, ADP weekly employment, housing starts, and 20-year bond auctions on Tuesday, if I didn't say that. Wednesday is mortgage applications, retail sales, pending home sales, and then the Fed meeting comes out. They're going to have their talk. The question is going to be, because he stated he's not going to be talking as much as the last Fed president has done, come out after the meeting. I think that would be good, because that will keep consensus of not knowing, because most of the time, whatever they do doesn't really move the market, but when they come out and talk is when it always moves the market. Yeah, I'm just reading some trillion. 49 trillion total value of owner occupied U.S. real estate is a new record. Wow, $49 trillion for owner-occupied U.S. real estate. You minus the $14 trillion of mortgage debt, and there's $35 trillion in home equity. So this is a statement. The market value of owner-occupied real estate was $49 trillion, a new all-time high. Subtract the mortgage debt of $14 trillion. That leaves homeowners with $35 trillion in home equity, up $1 trillion from quarter 2025 alone. I thought everything was going down. I thought we were going to have a bubble. I thought we were going to go. It's not. It's moving forward. I have people getting into contract all the time right now. They're still moving forward. They understand that there's only so many houses in certain neighborhoods that they want to live in, and where they want to live, and they know that they have to buy it now. It's not going to just have a ton of them. So what's going to happen here is this is going to change now that we're going to have to see how the inventory goes. We're going to have to see how inflation goes. But this is all going to change over the next couple of months, because of if this war is truly ended and everybody does what they say they're going to do and inflation goes down. That's what we have to look at. And that's where I'm going to leave it today. So I don't really know what's going on. We're cautiously floating over the next few days, but if you got to do something, if you're happy with the rate, just lock it. I'm going to tell them, let's wait a few more days, see where we're at before we lock, but you do what's best for you. If you have to close soon, lock it. All right, that's all I really have. There's not a ton of news. Usually on Monday, it's only inventory, but we had the war. We had the 250 thing last night, and that last fight, if you did watch it, that was pretty brutal. That guy, the one who won, it was amazing fight that he actually won that. But if you look at his last opponent before this guy, he was pummeled also. Anyway, make it a great day. Thank you for being here, and I'll be back here tomorrow, and make it a great day. Bye.